Good morning. Okay, Mr. Mike, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having
All
me.
right, yeah. So the mainstream media seems to be bought over by the presidency because what we are seeing as the headline is quite misleading. I think we the Nigerian people know the people who are behind the protest, but the president Tinubu is saying that Peter Obi is the guy behind this looming protest. What's your reaction to this? Honestly, this.
I think we can't mainstream media for they've only reported what was said by the presidency, and I think I wouldn't want to blame the media for reporting what was said. From what we know, Bayo Ononuga, the media person for Mr. President, alleges that it was Mr. Peter Obi that is behind the planned protests. For me, which I think is laughable. Don't forget the proponents of the protests or the planned protests talked about the hardship in the land. So if it's about the hardship in the land, I do not think that has anything to do with Peter Obi. You don't need Peter Obi to understand that the economic situation of Nigeria is no longer friendly. People can no longer feed to a large extent, and all of that. The prices of food item has gone up the roof, and so those are what the proponents of this pending or looming strike are talking about. So I see no reason why the presidency should put that at the doorstep of Peter Obi. It's laughable for me.
But I don't know if you have read the statement issued by Bayo Ononuga, whereby he seems to focus on the Igbos. Is this not another means to instigate the people against the Igbos? Because for us, I think majorly the Northerners and the Yorubas, for instance, Sowore, are the most vocal people who are demanding for the protest. But why is Bayo Ononuga such a bigot? Because it is so surprising that he focuses so much on Peter Obi. What's your take?
You know, that was why I said it's laughable. The entire thing is laughable.
Is this an indication that the president is a bigot? Because these are the people he surrounds himself with.
You know, we address. I think it's important we address whoever has said what, and presently it was Bayo Ononuga that has made that unfounded statement about the fact that Peter Obi is planning a strike. Just as you said, why should Peter Obi want to plan a strike? Of course, as individual, as a Peter Obi, he has every right to take a position on even the looming strike that is being planned. So why is he being singled out? Sowore has talked about the strike openly, and nobody has mentioned his name here. He's not even hiding about it. He has spoke about it. Please don't forget, we are talking about what an average Nigerian, or how an average Nigerian is feeling at the moment. This shouldn't be tied to an individual at this point in time. I think presidency is just being economical with the truth by not facing the issues, as it were, and trying to rope it around a former presidential aspirant.
I can see that the way you choose your words, there's I can sense a lot of diplomacy, because I know you are so much angry, but I know you are trying to be diplomatic about it. Did you listen to what our senators said and our House of Reps? They said that there's no hope in Nigerian protesting. That after all, they've cut down their salaries, not their allowances, by the way, just their salaries, from 600,000 to 300,000 for the next 3 months. That should be enough. That should be able to get some rice and maybe some stores for us to eat. That we should not eat the street and destroy our country like the Kenyans are doing. Does this not get you angry?
You know, unfortunately, the National Assembly has suddenly become an extension of the presidency. And I think this is very unfortunate that the assembly has turned an average Nigerian to, or they have turned this country to an IDP camp, where you just issue rice from time to time. I think beyond all these immediate measures, what Nigerians really want is for economy to work, for the economy to run. And I think that is what the government should be working on, rather than treating Nigerians as if they are in the IDP camps. But every sane Nigerian should be angry at this time, and that shouldn't have anything to do with the fact that I'm addressing in this manner. Every sane Nigeria should be angry with the country now. Senators or the representative cutting down their salaries. These are just temporary measures that I don't see doing much in terms of what is already on ground now. So I don't want to applaud the fact that they even cut down their stuff. Why should we wait until a strike is being proposed before you begin to take certain steps? And I think that is the $1 million question we should be asking our leaders. Why must you wait for almost a year that subsidies have been taken out, and that led to the increases that we have seen across board, both in food, in transportation? Virtually everything has gone up, and yet Nigerians kept crying since the subsidy was removed, and presidency was silent about the whole thing, and only for you to be taking some damage control, I want to call it, when a particular group has just declared that there will be strike, there will be protests rather.
Okay, finally, before I let you go, we have Evans watching from Kenya. You know that Obasanjo is in Kenya now to demobilize the Kenyans protesters. Do you think Obasanjo should be trusted? Because, I mean, we know his history in Nigeria, but he has gone to make peace in Kenya. So quickly advise the Kenyans, should they listen to his words?
I think every Kenyan should disregard whatever Obasanjo is coming there to say. Kenyans must take charge of their country, and I think that is my position. Whatever they think must be done to put that nation on the path of progress, to put that nation on the path of prosperity, to make that nation work for an average Kenyan. And I think that should be the line of conversation. It's not about Obasanjo going there. It's not about whoever is going there. At least don't also forget that I think over 30 people have been killed in that country since the protest started. What is the cost? Who is going to pay for the lives that have been lost? So whatever that the Kenyans have decided to do about their country in terms of putting it rightly, and I think that is what they should work on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike, for that wonderful submission. Yes, Pastor Matthew. Welcome, Pastor Matthew.
Thank you for having me.
So it seems the mainstream medias have been monetized, or should I say have been federalized, because this money what we are seeing is quite misleading, because you and I, we know the people behind the protest, but it seems the president Tinubu is saying that Obi, Patutomi are the ones behind the protest. Quickly, what's your reaction?
To be quite honest with you, Mr. Lee, I will tell you that it came to me with a rude shock, because we understand that the quest to have a protest, which of course is legitimate, because all along what we have been talking about is peaceful protest. The quest to have that, I think you're a manager from the northern part of the country. And what I should advise the government of the day is to engage Nigerians constructively, because nobody's calling for violent protests. Nobody's calling for riots. Nobody's calling for wanton destruction of lives and property. We all condemn what transpired in the NSAS when we saw wanton destruction of lives and property. We all condemn the destruction of lives and property in Kenya. In as much as there is freedom that is legitimate and legal to carry out protests, it is wrong and is condemnable when people should resort to wanton destruction of lives and property. Having said that, let me quickly say that the government of the day accusing P2B, accusing Patutomi, I think it's a misplaced of priority, because however I look at it, Nigerians, you cannot take away the fact that Nigerians are suffering as a result of government policies. We have said it over and over, but you cannot overemphasize it. The issue of food inflation is a major problem. The issue of insecurity is a major problem. And the government, as a matter of urgency, need to address it. What is standing in the hand of government? I think this government have gotten so much leverage. Don't forget that from inception, when the president announced, made that declaration that something is gone. We all knew the implication. And the president quickly rolled out some measures to cushion the effects. Why is it more than 1 year after the promises in different areas to cushion the effect? Why is that the government is not forthcoming in addressing those issues? So I think the government, instead of looking for who to blame, should go back to the drawing board and get Nigerians constructively, try to disabuse them why they should not go on strike. Because for me, it doesn't make any logical sense to start accusing Obi. We all know what Obi stands for. Obi contested the 2023 general election, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared winner. Obi challenged it up to Supreme Court. Even when people declared interest to go and protest after the result was released, Obi discouraged people from going to protest. So why should I turn around to accuse Obi of trying to, or the blame behind planned nationwide protests? For me, I think it is a case of trying to give a dog bad name in order to hang it.
Okay, don't you think this issue of Obi is another machinations by the current administration as a bait to demobilize the people? Because they feel if they can use Obi as a bait, when people have that sympathy or fear of Obi not getting arrested, they will not go out and protest.
I don't think Obi is afraid of arrest.
Are you sure?
I don't think, because if you look at
he
the
has not
allegation,
spoken. He has not
no,
spoken in
Mr. Lee, let me tell you,
protest.
I don't think Obi is afraid of arrest.
No, are you really sure? Because
you know
he has
I'm
not said
saying it.
anything.
You know why I'm
in support of
saying
this
it.
protest.
They say clear conscience fears no accusation. If you arrest Obi today and take him before a court of competent jurisdiction, what will you be charging him? If you have people who are online, who are members of Obedient family, drumming support for protests, I don't think you can even charge anybody to court on that basis. Well, I don't think anybody is calling for violent protest. I don't think anybody is calling for wanton destruction of lives and property. And let me quickly remind you that it is on record that the president, Senator Bola Tinubu, encouraged protests under Jonathan administration. And we saw that protest in Lagos, in different parts of the country, and the government then didn't use brute force on anybody. It was engagement. When the government saw that the people were resolute, I think they rescind that policy of increment of removal of fuel subsidy then. So that is what a government should do with its people. If the government of the day know that, as they have acknowledged, because yesterday we saw it on the daily, one of the daily newspaper, that the grievances of Nigerians is gaining attention. And they were advising, this came from the governors, they were advising the president to engage Nigerians. So that's what I expect a government to do. Not handle people, intimidate people, try to gag people. The gagging is even taking a new dimension, Mr. Lee, I must tell you. We are seeing the gagging at the level of senators. Look at what happened to
Ali Ndume.
Before Ali Ndume, look at what happened to Ningi.
Yeah.
From Ningi to Senator Ali Ndume. And these are senators from the ruling political. Okay, Ningi may not be from the ruling party, but Ali Ndume is from the ruling party. So you now begin to ask, if an opposition senator were to speak out, perhaps he will be expelled from the Senate. So the gagging is taking a new dimension, a worrying dimension. That's why I said the other time that Nigeria democracy is under threat. Because when I saw Mr. President, Senator Bola Tinubu addressing supporters for the purpose of the forthcoming Edo gubernatorial election, I was asking, do you want Edo back? They said yes. And he said, and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give it to you. And in that context, Mr. President spoke as his capacity as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was not speaking as Tinubu. He was not speaking as Jagaban. He was speaking his capacity as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because he laid emphasis on it. And he said, I will give it to you. So for me, I encourage the government, the police, if they have credible information of anyone that have intention to disrupt lives and property, they should arrest and prosecute. But they should allow people, if they are not, if the government, people feel dissatisfied with the process of government, the way the government is being run, they should allow people engage in peaceful protests. Because under the law, locally and internationally, I don't think it's criminal to embark on peaceful protests.
When Bola Ahmed Tinubu was still in opposition, If we go back to history 2012, I mean, the tweets are out there all over the media. We saw how Tinubu accused the government, the then Jonathan, how what he tweeted. In fact, there was a time Tinubu was the one calling for a revolution in Nigeria. Now, will it be inciting for Peter Obi? Because in the recent time, we haven't seen Peter Obi speak anything about this protest. But do you think it is inciting for Peter Obi to speak for this protest, or he should keep quiet?
No, if a Peter Obi is asking people to protest on the basis of what is happening currently and within the ambits of the law, it's not punishable under any section of the Nigerian Constitution. And I don't think, not just Peter Obi, any Nigerian for that matter, who is interested in participating in any protest that is peaceful, I don't think it's punishable under any section of the Nigerian Constitution. I've read how the police arrested someone they claim was fleeing from Abuja to Brownie to lead the protest. I don't know how to. I think I've heard about one other state how a supposed leader of the protest was arrested. But what I'm trying to say in essence is, even if you drag those people to court, what will be charging them? It's quite disturbing that if is not taking all the democracy that Nigerians labor for, we may see it eroding. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay. Mr. Matthew, thank you very much for that wonderful submission. You know, it's always a pleasure having you here because you give us intelligent submission. That's yes, we have here Mr. Tinubu, an astute political analyst. Mr. Tinubu, welcome, sir.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah. So it seems, maybe not to your surprise, but to my surprise, the mainstream media, the newspaper dailies, all of them are saying the same thing. And I think it's a wrong accusation. They are saying Peter Obi is the guy instigating protests against Tinubu.
It's not the media that is saying it. It is the usual propaganda of the APC. You know, they know how they use propaganda, the same process, to come against Jonathan's government. So they are thinking that Peter Obi, is behind whatever that is happening. You know, I don't know how the Onanuga, or what they call him, has been able to get to that kind of understanding. It's a very archaic way of responding to issues that has destroyed the economic life of every Nigerian. So it tells you, they are fruitless in that Abuja, especially that Onanuga. It has been condemned by so many Nigerians. It has been condemned by so many civil society organizations, and I expect the presidency to condemn it. He just flew to his Twitter handle and run down rubbish, absolutely rubbish. What we are thinking, when we come here to say it's not as if we don't understand what we're talking about. When I was telling you something of this nature, when there's any struggle, they want to push Igbo to the corner, but when it is time for national interest, they tell you that Igbos are rebels, So you can see how even the fellow Southerner, is coming out to make that kind of wide allegations, against Obi, If the question Nigerians should put to him is, what is leading to the protest? Is it true or not? That's the question. APC is a very funny. And sure, they should go. That's as simple as that. They keep on making mockery of the entire, citizenry. They keep on distributing, showing damaging incompetence in everything they do. Look at him coming out to link, Obi and obedience to forgetting that obedience are just about the personality of Obi. It's not about Nigeria. They see Obi as a model. They see Obi as someone who got what it takes, to transform Nigeria. But beyond that, both the PDP members and the APC members are biting the sand, are biting, every rubbish currently now. People are struggling. Marriages are breaking. Men are being relegated to the back door. Husbands are struggling. Everybody in every family is asking questions. Is it Obi that did it? It's a mockery, that Nigerian media, of course, they can use anything to, run their headlines, like you just said. It's not the media thing. It's coming from the presidency himself, then where we have people like Atiku and the rest of them who have been saying, that Tinubu has actually mismanaged Nigeria. They are making references. No, we wouldn't take that, if it's going to bring disconnect between Yorubas and Igbos. I pray it does, because even the North cannot make that statement. The Northerners themselves, we came out and said we are not going to vote for Buhari. The entire Igbo land said it clearly, face to face, when he visited Ebonyi State. We told him face to face, we are not going to vote for you, and we'll bear the consequences of that. You can see when he came, he said 5% Dutch nation. Who listened to him? The Igbo survived. Nobody should threaten Igbo at this point in time. I'm telling you, because any attempt to radicalize the consciousness of an Igbo man, Nigeria will not witness. In short, Nigeria will be murdered. I'm telling you gospel truth. I'm upset. I'm upset. If Nigeria is murdered today, it's not a crime.
Hold on.
No, I'm telling you.
Hold on, Mr.
So forget.
Don't generalize.
No, I'm telling you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I expected that at this point in time, the Yoruba leaders should have called him to order. Yes.
You did not talk about the regulatory body who are in charge of the media. You are calling the Yoruba leaders.
Okay, let me tell you, what do you mean by regulatory body?
Talking about the National Constructive Commission.
What concerns the thing is coming out? What is the source of the information? That they should not feast on the information that was thrown from the presidency. Is that what they are talking about?
No,
you should say that. This is media. They catch on everything. They feast on anything they like, and they throw it to the public. As simple as that. That's the work of the media. Whether it is balanced or not, they don't want to know. And of course, we know what the Nigerian media is all about today. I expected that this kind of statement is treasonable, and should be and they should call him to order. Even the Northerners cannot do it. Right? What is it? The big deal about Obi every time Obi? What did Obi do? So Obi should not come out and contest. Then everybody has become this thing. This is the source of why we are desperate to separate ourselves from this murdered entity. Whatever they want to do. See, it's not a joke. They are saying this and that. Go and check it. Go to homes, both the Yorubas, the Northerners. The Northerners that said the coalition of Northern group that said we are not going to be part of the protest. You can see the development now. Are they going to arrest anybody in the North? Why is it the South are very stupid in their thinking? Always. Go to the North. Who does that? Go to the northern part of the country. They came out and they're not going back. See, their own people are also dying of hunger. Then you want to link everything to Obi. SARS not killing. Who did SARS kill most? Are they not Igbos? Who did they oppress most? Are they not Igbos? Why is it that they cannot say what did they do? See, me is going to carry out a lot of reactions, and the formation is very clear now that Tinubu's administration has an ulterior motive which shall be defined at any moment from now. People will react to that. I'm telling you, as we are reacting, people are reacting to that. It's very is an inflammatory. What do you mean? Is obedient you're talking about? Are they strictly Igbos?
Absolutely no.
I don't understand. A Labour Party, is it not a national party? I don't understand.
But the Labour parties have even come out to deny that they are not a part of the
not only that, let me tell you, the obedient movement, grassroots, London, has made a statement. US has made a statement. UK, Ukraine, Russia, Germany, France, all of them have made a statement that they are not interested in anything that has to do with protest. Then you want to tell me that somebody who has an understanding, who is a Nigerian, who probably cannot even afford a, okay, from my own personal experience, let me not just even go there. Let me share this little experience with you. Here, can a food of 1,500, how many times do you need to spend that kind of money per day? Now you are talking about, for you to have 3 square meal in Nigeria now, you should be talking about 6,000, 7,000. Multiply it by 1 month.
But the Nigerian Labour Congress accepted the 70,000 minimum wage.
Now, what is it? What is the acceptance? Are they accepting it based on what that the government has shifted ground? What is that impact of that acceptance on our respective economic life? They are talking of people who are already engaged, who are working for the government. That is Nigerian Labour Congress. They are not self-employed. I don't know whether you people understand what they are negotiating for people who are working under the government, who government have employed. And I can tell you that most churches in Nigeria employ more than this government, employ more than any government in Nigeria. Even state and local, look at. You want to compare with what is happening in Redeem? Do you know how many thousands, millions of workers all over the world? Have you come one day to see them? They are making noise. Go to Covenant University. Are they paying workers? Go to Landmark University in Ghana. It's nothing that corrupt, they are wicked, that is stealing, they are doing there. They say 70,000. That one are rubbish. How much did they use to renovate the vice president's house? How much did they use to buy jets? How much is Tinubu using to feed himself in a month? I'm asking you now. If you calculate it, it's taking about almost 2 billion
on a monthly basis, feeding,
to take care of himself.
Where are our senators?
Niyi, what is that? Is that they are afraid because they don't know the nature. But coming to create this kind of enmity with this kind of statement coming from somebody like, I don't know if you know his name. I don't want to mention his name. Making that kind of statement makes it, a tribal thing, makes it an ethnic thing. Can you imagine? It's quite disturbing that Nigeria should not go to the street because Tinubu is there. Nobody should protest. But the same Tinubu was protesting under Jonathan. Nobody say, the same Tinubu was doing series of what the words won't work, what the words won't work. Subsidy. Tinubu does not understand what is subsidy. He led people to the streets.
Don't you think Obi should come out and fully support
No, let me tell you, Obi, he knew what happened immediately after the election for 2023. There was a movement, to invade the street, and disturb the entire process. Obi said, I am not going to support that. Let me go to the courts. You were saying that Obi, you too that is putting this thing. You said Obi should. I said no. You were saying it because, as I said, you were aggrieved that this is the only person that Nigerian youth or Nigerians saw hope in, and should be the one to have led Nigeria.
So what's wrong about him protesting? Because you make it sound like it is wrong or a sin for Obi to protest.
Okay, let me tell you.
What is wrong for Obi to protest?
Let me tell you. When you lose election, the options is that you should go to court. You should be civil.
No, I'm talking of now.
Let me tell you, the reason why Obi should distance himself is because we know what is on ground. We know the sentiment flying around between the Yorubas and the Accusses concerning Biafra. And we don't want to use that to jeopardize the release and negotiation that is going on about Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is so important to us more than all this rubbish. Nnamdi Kanu is as important as Africa, as I'm talking to you now. Nnamdi Kanu is as important, is the most important person in Africa, not even Nigeria. So we are seeing it that this guy hope and everything has been built around him. Nigeria, honestly, I said, go and we are not part of it. You think they don't know what they're talking? Look at it. In just few days now, Yorubas came out and said the Igbos are behind the protest.
No, Bayanuga came out.
Okay, let me tell you. When we are saying this thing before, people don't understand. When we are playing it clearly, that everybody will understand. That time when we are explaining it, people don't understand.
I am fact-checking you.
But you are seeing,
it is not Yoruba.
But you are seeing the whole thing unveiling. Bros, do you know what he called the presidency? You know what he called that he made that statement. He wanted to tell me he made that statement without having an inside arrangement. But you see, when we come here to say it, they don't want to change, but we keep on doing it. And nobody. This is not 1967, no.
Mr. Chinedu, Ikechukwu Umba says that Obi is Igbo man, he can't protest. Who says Igbo man cannot protest?
Okay, listen. That's why they talk. They come up for head. I mean, they enter here.
No, I
don't understand the Nigerian factor.
Who says Igbo cannot protest?
But China, Yoruba lead Igbo to 4 years of war. Where Igbo, Biafra alone fought the whole world for 4 years. Now Yoruba, bro, I'm telling you what is on ground. You are telling me who tell you.
We are all Nigerians. Nobody is more Nigerian.
Hold on.
That's my stand here.
Bro, as I'm talking to you now, do you know Nigeria has been murdered?
Nobody is more important.
Okay, do you know? Bro, you don't understand what is happening. I've taken time to explain. Even before this thing came up now, I've been saying it. Go and watch my previous interviews. I've been saying it. It is clear. We cannot jeopardize the relevance of Nnamdi Kanu for just murdered Nigeria. That would be the highest mistake Igbos will make. I'm telling you, because we know the game, the hardest agenda is playing in Nigeria. And we know the game. We know what is keeping Nnamdi Kanu. That is not the law. I want us to be stupid about a man who has transferred destinies to so many blacks in Africa, who has awakened the consciousness of the black man. You think Nnamdi Kanu is a walking stick? All these guys, all these mods that call themselves leaders. It's not a joke. Please. You people said Igbos cannot be president in Nigeria. Agreed. We stayed.
Why are you saying? Why are you being?
Yes, I am interpreting.
Who are the people that said you?
Okay, I should tell you.
I'm not sure. I don't know who are those.
I should tell you.
As in, you need to make
no,
this clear.
No, we are relating. We have to be relational.
Go ahead.
In the process of being relational, we look at almost.
And he had
when you know that your brother, Yoruba man, has been president, and when the whole arrangement was zoned to the southern Nigeria, what is the interest of a Yoruba man again? When you know that the Igbos have supported Abiola, supported Obasanjo for the second time. That's what the article is saying. You need to hear it. Why are you pretending? Where is the conspiracy coming from? No, I'm asking you. Where is the conspiracy coming from?
No, are you saying that they should just hand over the presidency to an Igbo man?
Bro, let me tell you. Obasanjo presidency was handed over to him. A process of an election was initiated. They know the direction it was going. Before Obasanjo became president, there has been an arrangement by the junta and the civilian leaders from the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. Is that
the type of presidency you are seeking?
Okay, let me tell you. It's not the part of the type of president you are seeking. I'm telling you that the structures, if you are about this Sowore now, you know Sowore? You know Sowore before? I'm asking you, do you know him before?
He's a top civil servant in Lagos.
Yes, he's a top, but do you know him before? God, there are a lot of top civil servants everywhere. Do you know him before? But when the structures of APC Lagos State were given to him, he became governor. Okay, take your phone now.
Thank you very much for that wonderful submission, Mr. Chinedu. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. Please kindly like, subscribe to our channel, We appreciate your, as you joined us. Tomorrow we'll come again. We bring life to you as it is. I understand. The polity is becoming so sensationalized. But I want to urge my Igbo brothers to not mind Bayo Onanuga, who is a bigot. Bayo Onanuga is not speaking for the Yoruba people. And of course, my Kenyan brothers, as advised by the first speaker, do not listen to Obasanjo. Obasanjo looted our money. Is one of the most corrupt politicians that we have here. You guys might think he's an angel, but it's not. We commend your tenacity, your resilience, as you guys protest against the corrupt politicians in your own country. And to my fellow Nigerian youth, yes, we look forward to August 1st. We'll be there. We'll be streaming the procession live, and we'll see how the government will react. For now, we say bye. Thank you all for joining us. Do have a nice Sunday. See you tomorrow.